Alright, this is a weekly reading for Sagittarius. Your playlist song was going to be Green Day, Wake Me Up When September Ends. It was sticking out. It kind of lights up when I look at it, which is totally fine. It was one of my favorite Green Day songs when I was in high school, so, it's one of those things. So, let's see. We have a lot of channel messages, I must say. So, we have tenderness. There might be some TLC in the works. Maybe you need to do some self-care. Maybe you need a rest. Okay? So, your first card is going to be you right now, which is the Four of Swords. You might need to rest or do some self-care, rest, spend time alone. Much needed rest, time away from social media, time to reflect, restoration, and contemplation. So you might be doing a lot of things, you might be stressed out about a lot of things, you might be stressed out about money, and you might be stressed out about your own relevance. With me, I can walk in a room and be like, oh, I did this and this and this. My entire resume is impressive. But, yeah, I push the limits a lot. So, you might actually be worn down because you constantly have to keep up with everybody. Like, you might be your own phone, your own phone call. But, yeah, number 2, we have the week's theme, which is the Knight of Cups. So there's some feelings here. Love, family, and relationships. So a Prince Charming or a Princess Charming, romantic, true love, idealistic, knight in shining armor, loving intentions, trustworthy partners, following your heart. So there's probably a moment where you're kind of like, oh my gosh, this person's available. So you might need to rest up in order to have this timing, this opportunity, everything kind of sink into alignment. You also might be married to somebody who you actually have a good connection with. That could also be it. They could be taking care of you. Maybe you got sick. Maybe you're kind of overexhausted. And they're kind of like picking up the slack where you left off. They're kind of like, yeah, I picked this up and I talked to so-and-so and I got this for you. So it's just them trying to help you out. So we have number 3, which is challenge. We have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is finance and health in reverse. So hoarding behavior, conservation, not enjoying the fruits of your labor, controlling attitude, security, being possessive, frugality, inability to let go. So you might kind of be in the position of becoming a hoarder, which actually becoming a hoarder is to find comfort in stuff you do not find value in, okay? Mostly people that have a shopping addiction usually become hoarders because they don't know what they need versus what they can actually use. You have to kind of fit into necessity versus want and stick with necessity. But, yeah, usually when you get into the Four of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of losing money or it's kind of not making enough money to support your lifestyle or what you want to do. It's probably like a change in status that you're like resilient to. You're just like, I don't want to accept this, but you're accepting it through the part of not being able to change jobs or not being able to change lifestyle or your energy. I feel like you've been at low energy, so it's like you're constantly trying to make up the difference. So I feel like this is kind of like the breaking point of, oh shit, I let the ball, go, You drop the ball. So that's kind of what it is. Alright, so we have number 4, which is lesson to remember. This is something that happened in the past that you learn from. We have the Chariot. The Chariot is kind of like the career-based card, if I'm not mistaken. It has fame and achievements in reverse. So a desire for revenge, war, conflict, showing off, using other people to your benefit, lack of control, lack of direction, and aggression. So you might kind of have like a jealousy streak or an envious streak, where somebody might have thought of you as a friend before, or they might have thought that you were kind of, just doing whatever you did, and they were just kind of like, very free and easy about it. They just didn't feel one way or the other. And you felt like that was pretty weird, like they were hiding something, or they felt that they were better than you, so you decided to act out on impulse, and then it was a whole big thing, and then, like, y'all weren't friends anymore. So, there's that. Anyway, we have number 5. This is a lesson that you will learn this week, which is justice. So justice, law, equal morals. So, let's see. You will get what you deserve for the better. So this could be good or bad. Positive legal outcome, cause and effect, clarity, truth, good contracts, and commitments made. So there's probably an ending to a situation, or it's kind of like a bittersweet one. A lot of times when I draw the justice card, it's not exactly positive. It's kind of like a happy medium of being fair, but not being on your side. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, it's over, but it's like you had to pay money, but you get this in return, and you're just like, I had more before I started this. Like, it doesn't make sense. But, it's life. And number 6, with what you will give yourself this week with the gift, we have the Ace of Cups, which is love, family, partnerships. So this is new love, as my cat has a midlife crisis outside. A spirituality, beginning of a relationship, feelings growing, potential intuition, birth of a female, and new feelings. So there's probably going to be a new relationship coming into focus. This will probably change your mood completely, but it's kind of like you have to rest up first, because you're constantly feeling attacked, or you're going through stuff that's not seeming fair to you 100%. Okay, so you're in low energy right now. You probably have been in low energy since this part of the thing started. You're trying to get out of a bad relationship and go after something that's a lot more happier for you. That's more of like they get where you're coming from, and it's on an equal playing field basis. Okay. So we have channeled messages. We have seeking extreme balance. Don't worry, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes work. You have to balance your chakras as well as your light energy, which is how you are in public, and your shadow energy, what you're like in private. And usually you have to do this alone, because any negative energies that are in the room will kind of tie you to the current energy in which that person came into, because it's feeling some type of way about a certain type of person. Alright, good or bad, you can't have anybody in the room when you do shadow work. So we have a beautiful mind, we have spiritual healing, we have poetic justice, conscience art, we also have spiritual laws. So probably me explaining that to you, you probably got it. You're probably like, oh my gosh, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, shadow work's what you do by yourself. Light work's what you do in public, because everybody can see you, and everybody's energy is either affecting you in some type of way, either positively or negatively. And then you have your chakras, which is your personal core energies, heart chakra, throat chakra, the crown, sacral chakra, solar plexus, and root chakra. I probably forgot one in there. I feel like it's the third eye. But yeah, there's other chakras too that are kind of more in the metaphysical realm. What level you met your partner at and stuff is kind of weird. It's like they're here, you're here, and it's like, it's weird. There's also the inner voice and the conscience, choosing chakra, so it's kind of like what your divine purpose is. Once you meet that chakra, all of them have to be in alignment. So there's 13 chakras, so you figure that one out. Anyway, so Sagittarius, I feel like all your energies are kind of shifting. Um, Once they are aligned, you're going to feel much better. You feel like you're not carrying the world on your shoulders like Atlas. But you're also going to have a renewed energy and destination. I feel like you're not going to realize it until everything's kind of cleared out and you're kind of like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to make this, or I want to say this. But yeah, you have to be rested and you kind of have to look at things in a different light. Alright, and I feel like everything just kind of backing off too is going to help too. I just feel like it's an intense situation that you're going through right now. So, yeah. Like every journey you go through ups and downs and highs and lows, and it's almost like you're looking for something in tall grass. But, yeah, I feel like everything's going to be cleared up for you very soon. Okay, so, it's probably going to happen in about 3 days from now. Everything's going to feel clearer. If not 6, okay, for some of you. But it should be fine. It's going to take a lot for you to get emotionally and spiritually in alliance again, so that you feel better and you feel your self-worth, okay? But I would work on that. I would meditate. I would eat good. You can do chakra healing by what you eat, which is very interesting. You don't have to eat healthy all the time. It's just you have to eat certain foods that'll like help you with like metabolism and spiritual needs, and kind of make you self-aware of other things too. Anyway, thank you, Sagittarius, and I will see you in the next reading, alright? Later.